Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Schedule Pro Gamer. Today we are once again doing a 2 versus 2 StarCraft 2 game between QnateksYz, whatever, and NightEnD on one side, and on the other side we have AcerBly and AcerNerchio. So this is part of the HP Trophy number 2, and we are currently on the quarterfinals, I believe. So we already saw game 1. If you don't want to get spoiled, because I might actually mention something about that, go watch that first, because yeah, well, I wouldn't want you to get spoiled by anything, of course. So even if there's no game 3, which I don't know yet, I will put up a game 3. So whatever happens this game, you will not know it from just looking at the amount of videos. And yeah, we have the Protoss Zerg versus Protoss Zerg. Okay, versus Terran Zerg. He switched to Terran. Are you kidding me? So Terran instead of Protoss. Yeah, we normally see the Protoss pick with every 2 versus 2 in StarCraft 1, or rather StarCraft Brood War. We saw the Zerg pick with every 2 versus 2, because the Zergs were the only ones that could hold off that early aggression, and here it is normally the Stalkers that are doing the major amount of damage. So in the later game, also in the mid game, but it is still the Zerg player who's holding off the early pressure, if there is any early pressure, because as you might have noticed, it takes a long time to get up these buildings. Plus, getting a zealot out, yeah, it takes even longer. So yeah, by the time the Zerg have their spawning pool up, and they can immediately produce 6 Zerglings if they play it correctly. Obviously, in this case they don't really care, because they're not rushing, but they could do that. Which means that you would actually be under a lot of pressure, because you would only have 1 Zealot out, and well, your opponent would have 1 Zealot out, and you would have 6 Zerglings against you. So 6 Zerglings and a Zealot versus a Zealot, that would really suck. And in this case, because we are going for Terran, we're going to go for Marines and Marauders. Especially the Marines are going to do very well against these Zerglings, and the Marauders are going to do very well versus the Stalkers. So we'll have to see how that works. Obviously, versus the Roaches, it is also the Marauders who are doing the work. And it is now, well, a duo team here trying to catch up with this one Zergling who's going to scout the entire base and going to see that the Baneling nest is coming up, which means that yeah, the Marauders are going to be way better than the Marines, but there is a factory coming up, in fact. So instead of going for that bio build, he is in fact going for the Hellions, and that is interesting, because that means that he actually is going for an anti-Zerg build instead of for an anti-Protoss build. And yeah, that is indeed the case, because the Roaches are out to defeat the Stalkers, and that should work out pretty well. So the Roaches not the best versus the Zerglings. They do pretty well, but they're not the best. But these Hellions are excellent versus the little units. So everything that is small, like the Zerglings, it should get roasted here pretty quickly. And yeah, that large amount of Zerglings did get spotted, I'm assuming. Well, depends on whether he's keeping an eye on these rocks, because I don't think that the vision will actually reach there. Yeah, he did see it, and he is going to roast a couple of them, but it is not enough. Oh, it is enough, okay. Because he could actually still attack most of this this rock, but it doesn't matter. The red team is just pressuring in. They are going to go aggressive on this this contain here. Well, no, it's not a contain. It's a defensive perimeter, I guess. only a very limited amount of Marines out, by the way. So he has 3 Marines here, 2 here. So not even filling up his entire bunkers. And yeah, just producing those Hellions. So yeah, the Roaches are now going to go up against... Oh wow! The Roaches taking out all of those Banelings. And yeah, he should be able to defeat the rest with the Hellions, but it is going to be difficult because Hellions are not good versus Stalkers, but they are, however, good versus the Zerglings, as you can see. And it is now the Stalkers versus the Hellions, and the SCVs coming out, but it is not going to be that. It is going to be the Roaches coming in to actually do the damage. The SCVs, of course, just there for the distraction, and there's actually even one of the mules there. Yeah, that's just because they kind of box select the units, and they don't really have time to do anything else than just box select them. And that means that sometimes you draw out a mule, which is a costly mistake, of course, but it's better to do that than to spend all your time on useless actions. Well, not useless, but yeah. You're not going to lose your entire army, which you would lose if you didn't move quickly enough. So a lot of drones going down there, and let's see. Oh, yeah, that is available. No, it's not available. So I wanted to have the units lost tab, but only for workers. Now here we can't see what the workers are doing, but we can see that in the income tab. So only 10 and 19 versus 14 and 20. It's not a big difference, but it is enough of a difference to make a difference. So yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. So the red players really, although they had early pressure, they aren't really pressuring in here too much. They defeated the bunkers, they defeated a lot of stuff, and they still haven't moved in. So he's going to try to do that now, but getting pushed back a little by these Hellions, because the Hellions take out all of the Zerglings as well as most of those Zealots, and that means that the Roaches are going to be free to move around, and they are going to take out everything. And man, yeah, these guys just warped in the wrong spots. So the pylon is going to get taken out, but also these Zealots are not going to do anything at all. The pylon is still there, but he's just guessing that there will be no more units coming out from that pylon. Oh, no, he is just taking care of business at home. So income-wise, how are we doing there? We have a large income for the Terran player here, in both the minerals and the gas, and yeah, the rest is all pretty much around 500 to 600 with the Zerg player, the red Zerg player, a little bit lower, because he has been gambling on building a lot of units early on and does not have a lot of workers. And can we see that here? Yeah, he only has 14 harvesters. Some of them must have been sniped. I just missed that, I guess. And this time I did not miss the Zerg invasion. But it is going to go at the same time as... oh wow, and another queen is going to go down. But are the drones going to be able to hold off this this mess of Zerglings? And is it going to matter? Because yeah, these guys are coming in, and yeah, I didn't pay attention to them, but that's because they weren't really in the base for the most time. For the longest time they were just over here, and yeah, they pressed in at some point, but yeah, they defeated the last part of this army, and obviously they are going to try to take out the production buildings after defeating the army and not before. So that was just a miss micro. But as you can see, the entire army just melting to that the combination of Hellions and Roaches. It's a very good combination. As I said, the Roaches are very good against tanky units. The Hellions are very good against the smaller units, so the what are they called? Light units. And the combination of them is just awesome. So this player already GG'd, he's already out. And there goes the second one. He also thinks it has been enough and surrenders the game. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG!